Roughly 42 languages have ananas as their word for pineapple, but they're so far apart. Why? How? To answer, we have to go to Brazil. Welcome to Brazil. It's a while ago, sometime before 1493, because something happened in 1493, and this happened before it. Anyway, we're in Brazil before 1493. The old Tupi are here too. The old Tupi are old. But they're also hungry, meaning they want food. They go looking for food, and they decide to eat the big spiky thing they found in the jungle, because they're idiots. But they aren't idiots, because the big spiky thing is food, and it tastes great. Specifically, the food tastes excellent or fragrant, and specifically, it's a fruit. They have a word for that. Ananas. The old Tupi like the fruit. They take it, they grow it, they eat it. Ananas. The old Tupi like it so much they share it with their not old, not Tupi friends. Nanas. Nanas. The friends like the fruit. They take it, they grow it. No, they don't. They sail to Guadeloupe. Why? Why not? Then they grow it, and they eat it. Who's they? The colonial. They aren't old. They like Guadeloupe though. And nanas. They grow and eat nanas until 1492. It's 1492. Something is about to happen. Now it's 1493. What happens? Something happens. For the sake of the video, the colonial go to the coastline. The Spanish are here, led by an Italian guy, Christopher Columbus. They came from Spain and sailed west, thinking they'd reach the East Indies east of the Indies. Idiots. They're in Guadeloupe. Chris doesn't know that though, so he calls the colonial Indians. Idiot. Indiot? Anyway, he's Italian, meaning he speaks Spanish. Wait, what? Never mind. But the colonial don't. Nanas? The Spaniards like the fruit. They take it. They introduce smallpox. Idiots. Columbus also forgets the fruit's name, calling it Piña de Indies, or Pine of the Indies. Double idiot. Anyway, he's gone now. We have to go back to Brazil. Why? The Portuguese are here, led by a Portuguese guy. They came from Portugal and sailed west, thinking they'd reach India, but Brazil was in the way. Idiots. Anyway, remember the old Tupi? They're the new Tupi now, otherwise the Tupi. They speak Tupi. The Portuguese speak Portuguese, not Tupi. How would they communicate? Nanas. Nanas. Who the hell are you? That guy speaks Tupi Guarani. It's like Tupi, but a bit Guarani, hence the hyphen. He also has another word for pineapple. The Portuguese have quite the dilemma. Which word will they choose? They get confused and pick both. Anyway, they're gone now. Colombian exchange. Time for European introduction of the... Wait. We have 3 different words for the same fruit. That won't work. Right, so that one's strange and has an X in it, so that can go. And the Spanish one is far too long.
Wait, what if we shorten it to piña?
Well, it still means 2 things, and it has that weird Spanish N which doesn't really exist outside of Spanish. So, let's choose nanas. And pimp it out of it. It has 3 A's now, and an accent. Why? Why not? The big exotic spiky thing is shown to Europe. Ananas!
Ananas! Ananas!
Europe likes the fruit. They take it. They grow it. No, they don't. It's not jungly enough. So some people go back to the jungle and enslave the jungle people. They also take it to Africa, which is jungly enough. What are we growing? Ask the African jungle people. Ananas. Ananas. Now a lot of Africa says ananas.
Nanasi.
Close enough. The French, who also say ananas, also take ananas to Africa where it's jungly enough, spreading the word. Spain doesn't say ananas. They still like piña, even though it means pine cone and the N is weird. Idiots. They trade pine cones to their American colonies, but also to the Philippines.
Why are you selling us pine cones?
Ask the Filipinos. They aren't pine cones.
Why are they called pine cones?
Because they look like pine cones.
Then what makes it?
Piña.
Piña.
We have to go back to Africa, where it's jungly enough. Why? The Portuguese. What about them?
They're coming.
They stopped in India to make a trade post, but also because it's jungly enough. What are we trading? Ask the Indian jungly people. And you get the idea. They take it, they grow it, they eat. No, you don't. Sharing is caring. I wonder what the Saudis will call it. Wait, what? Oh, it still means ananas. Anyway, the Portuguese are coming. They spread ananas to Indonesia because it's jungly enough. Now, the Dutch East India Company is coming. They also say ananas, but they want the spices in East India, hence the name. Ananas? The Dutch scare the Portuguese off and spread ananas even further. They even go to Japan. They think about colonizing Japan, but they're kind of scary and not jungly enough. They give them ananas though. Someone was just born in Sweden. Actually, a bunch of people were just born, but this someone is important. What's your name again? He was just born. Let's wait 40 years or so. What's your name again?
I'm Carl. Why does ananas have so many names? So confusing. I give it one name, corresponding to related species. I do the same for 12,000 other species. Yeah?
Awesome. Now all the science people say ananas too, and live happily ever after. Are we done? No. The jungly Spanish-American colonies think piña is stupid and the Spanish are idiots. So they keep the tupi name ananas. Some even drop the S. Are we done? No. The Japanese kept the tupi name too.
Ananasu.
But only for the plant. The fruit is called...
Pineapple.
What? Why? It came from the English, who named the fruit pineapple. What? Why? They didn't like ananas. Instead, they named it pineapple after pinecone because it looked like a pineapple, which was the old word for pinecone. Anyway, they named the pineapple and changed the pinecone's name from pineapple to pinecone, since the pineapple was the pineapple, so the pinecone couldn't be a pineapple. They also spread the word pineapple meaning pinecone to their own colonies, but some places stuck with calling the pineapple ananas, since the early bird gets to name the pineapple. Pinecone. I think we're done. Are we done? Yes. But remember, never touch other people's pineapples without their consent.